Hello and welcome to this edition of Property Focus. Today's subject is the conversion of customary land to leasehold. This discussion will be the last one in a while. We're going to take a short break from this to go away and recharge and attend to a few other things. Okay? All right. So today I thought to discuss the conversion of customary land to leasehold tenure. As many of us may be well aware, Zambia has two land tenure systems. The one is customary tenure and the other is leasehold, or what is more popularly known as titled land. Okay, so today I thought to delve into the process that converts land from customary tenure to statutory land, okay, or leasehold. All right. Now, the first step is to obtain written consent from the traditional authority, who is the chief or chieftains. Okay, chieftainess. So you obtain written consent from the chief or your chieftainess in that particular area as the first step in this process. Okay. The second step is your district council submitting a resolution to the Commissioner of Lands to recommend said conversion. So your district council, on the consent obtained from the chief, the written consent obtained from the chief, then submits a recommendation to the Commissioner of Lands for said conversion. That would be the second step. Okay. Now it's worth mentioning here that that recommendation from the district council must include minutes from that council's committee meeting which arrived at that decision. Okay. It must also include an approved layout plan of the tract of land endorsed by the chief, the council chair, and the district executive secretary. So I'll say that again. Okay. When the district council submits a resolution to the Commissioner of Lands after obtaining written consent from the chief, okay, that recommendation must include the minutes from that council's committee meeting that is, at which that decision was arrived at. It must also include an approved layout plan of the tract of land endorsed by the chief, the council chair, and the district executive secretary. Okay. Now a caveat there. The alienation of land parcels that exceed 250 hectares is not encouraged. Okay. So you may go up to 250 hectares for your land conversion. Anything over and above 250 hectares is not encouraged. I should think it's possible to do that with consent from the head of state. Okay, so for parcels exceeding 250 hectares, I think the head of state would have to give his approval for that to happen. Okay. The third and final step is that the Commissioner of Lands received that recommendation and makes the decision on whether or not to convert. Okay, so the Commissioner of Land would normally approve and accept the District Council's recommendation unless doing so would cause injustice to others or be against the national or public interest. Okay, so just a quick recap. Number one, you obtain written consent from your traditional authority, which is the chief or chieftainess in your area. Secondly, the district council submits a resolution to the Commission of Lands to recommend that conversion from customary to statutory or leasehold tenure. That recommendation must include minutes from the council's committee meeting at which that decision was made. Okay, it must also include an approved layout plan of the tract of land endorsed by the chief, the council chair, and district executive secretary. Okay, so the alienation or conversion of tracts of land exceeding 250 hectares is not encouraged. Okay, anything above that is usually done on approval by the head of state. Okay, and the third and final step, the Commissioner of Lands receives that recommendation and proceeds to make a decision on whether or not it should be converted. Normally, that recommendation is approved unless doing so would cause injustice to others or be against the national or public interest. Okay. So that concludes our chat for today. As indicated earlier, we'll be going away for a while, so we shall not be we will not be around. We won't have another episode of I beg your pardon. We shall not have another episode of Property Focus for a while. Yeah. Thank you for joining us as always. Remember to subscribe and share the word. Appreciate your viewership.